Hey guys, I hope you're well and welcome back to episode 3 of Dirt to Duplex. We're going to be taking you through the entire process of acquiring, designing, doing all the due diligence and everything involved in creating a duplex just like the one behind me. So in episode 1 and 2, if you haven't watched them, guys, go back and watch those episodes. We covered off the due diligence around acquiring a site just like this. We spoke about why we actually build a duplex, what are the advantages of building a duplex as opposed to building a separate house. We spoke about all the due diligence required, we spoke about designs, and we also spoke about how we actually got this duplex behind me approved without having to go to council. So if you haven't seen episode 1 and 2, go back and watch them, get yourself up to speed, and then jump on and continue watching this one. So in this one, we're going to cover a bit more around the designs. We're going to take you for a walk through and have a bit of a look. And I guess give you guys a few tips around what we've actually done with the design to make, I guess, construction easier, but also to make it more desirable for the end user. So one of the things I wanted to cover off first is in the Sunshine Coast, in the dual occupancy code that we're using to create these, in order for them to fall under accepted development, they can't be a mirror image of each other. So you can see just at the top here, we've actually just got a few minor changes or a few differences between the two sides. You can see over here, the windows on the side, on the right here, are different to the windows on the left. And we've also got some different cladding on the left, some different cladding on the right. So we just needed to change up and make the facade look a little bit different from each one. One of the other things was that I mentioned before, they can't be a mirror image of each other. And when we go inside, I'm going to show you the floor plan can't be identical. You only have to make some small changes and you actually tick that box, and that means that you can get it all approved via private certifier rather than having to go to council for a full application and a full code application. So we've been able to do that via accepted development on this one. Being able to tick all the boxes, it makes it a lot faster and means holding costs are minimised, and we can actually get through the process and get construction happening a lot faster and get the end result a lot faster. So let's go and take a bit of a look. So you can see, guys, primarily from the street, they primarily look like a mirror image. Now, we've done that to make construction a lot easier. It means that the trades working on this one, they know exactly what's going on this one. It means the electrical walkthroughs, the tile walkthroughs, everything, it's all the same. There's only some very small minor changes that you can see here, and I'll point out inside, but keeping them pretty much the same means construction is a lot easier, both for ourselves, for the designer, for the builder, and for all the trades. So wherever we can, we try and keep them as similar as we can. Now, it's only a small site, I think it's 389 square meters. And so we've really got to use that site, use what we've got available to us in the best way that we can. So we've got a single carport on each that you can see. And then we've actually used the front setbacks here, just to the right and just to the left, both for additional car parking for each dwelling. So we've got one in there and one off to the in the front there, and same here, we've got one in the carport and another one off to the left. Now, just to the left of the building there, you see it's actually set back quite a ways from that boundary, and the reason for that is we've got a stormwater and sewer easement running down there, so that even reduces our building footprint even further. It means we can't build in that area, we have to stay clear of it, and so that's also adding to the minimised, amount of building that we can cover on this lot. So we have to get smart with the design, and we have to really utilise every square metre as best that we can. You'll also notice that they're joined. So they're not two completely separate houses. We've actually got a party wall straight down the middle. That's a fire separating wall. So fire can't travel between each building. I think it's 60 minutes or 90 minutes or something like that it needs to be able to cover off. So to keep fire at bay from either side. So often you'll see that is built out of block. In this instance, we've actually gone a lightweight alternative here. And the reason for that is for cost. Lightweight alternative is a much more cost-effective option compared to block. And it also means that we don't need another trade. We don't need a blocky. So the chippies can actually install that fire rated wall, that party wall there, and we don't have to get a blocky in here. Now, the other reason that it's joined, we've obviously got site constraints of size and everything. It also makes construction cheaper. So rather than having the two houses separated, we have obviously that shared wall. If they were separated, one there and a completely separate one here, we would need another wall that had windows, would need cladding, the cladding would need to be painted. So you're adding more and more materials required if it was separated. So obviously means more costs, more labor involved. So by doing it straight down the middle like we've done there and joining the two, we've got some cost saving measures there and obviously space saving measures. So that's why we've done it like this, and it looks quite good from the street. So, you know, if you had more space and in the right area, you would separate them and you would make them look like two completely separate houses. You may get more uplift doing it that way, but just with the space constraints and everything with this one, this is what we've opted. So let's go inside and have a bit of a look around. Straight in through the front door, guys. Got our laundry in on the right. So just here, we've got heaps of storage, plenty of storage there. We've got more storage in under the stairs. There's a few bags of stuff there, so there's more storage in under there. Come on through the downstairs area. We have our main bathroom in on the right-hand side. Now, when I was saying earlier that we can't have a mirror image floor plan, all I've done internally to ensure that they're not a mirror image is I've swapped the location of the toilet and the vanity around. So in the other one, the vanity is actually there and the toilet is there. And then when you're looking at a set of plans, they're no longer a mirror image. So just small little things like that, tick the box. That's what council requires, that's what we've done. So that certifies fine with that, and we've ticked the box, so we're fine to meet that requirement, which is good. So this is obviously our living dining area. Plenty of natural light coming in here. Got a nice big kitchen, island bench, curved bench top here, heaps of storage. Just gone very neutral colours. We are on the Sunshine Coast, so we generally go coastal theme. In on the left, I'll let you head in there. We've got our bedroom. Guys, we are in an aging population. Plenty of baby boomers coming through. So if possible, we try to design around someone being able to have everything that they might need on the ground floor and not have to use the stairs. So in this instance, we've obviously got the bathroom down here. We also, kitchen, we've also got a bedroom. So if they were wanting to, they could comfortably live down here and have upstairs there for guests or anything like that. So it's not always possible. We do these on fairly small lots, 300 square metres, some of them. This is slightly larger at 389, so we do have a bit more space to be able to do that. So come on through, this is our outdoor area, private open space. So we need to be able to meet 25 square metres of private open space, which we meet here, minimum dimensions of 4 metres in one direction. So we do exceed that here. And then we need a minimum of 50 square metres on the ground level, which once you factor in what's around here and also what's down the side of the house and out the front, we exceed 50 square metres. So we meet all the private open space requirements. Again, accepted development, tick the box, which is awesome. So same thing, guys, it's just a mirror image down the other side of that other dwelling. So let's go for a quick look upstairs, hey? Take it for a bit of a sticky beak. Sorry, mate, I'll just duck in behind you there, buddy. I'll just duck upstairs. Sorry, mate. Come on up, guys. So we've got 2 additional bedrooms up here. So again, the code allows us to have 3 bedrooms a side maximum. There's a couple of people working there. We won't go in there. That's the second bedroom. And in here we have the master. So in on your left, we have a walk-in wardrobe. This is actually a retreat, master's retreat. So in here we'll have like a lounge, that sort of thing. And then we come through here and we have the master bedroom with a balcony just off it. And we also have the master ensuite. So 3 bedrooms in total. Again, allowing us to stick to accepted development so that we don't have to go through that council assessment. So, timeline. So guys, these are moving along really, really nicely. We've got this duplex that we're standing in under construction. We've actually got another duplex just beside us. The builder's actually absolutely motoring along, which is awesome. This will probably be about a 6-month build time frame from when they started on site to completion, which is awesome. Budget constraints for this project. Builder always provides a turnkey, full turnkey price. We have had some obviously issues overseas recently, which has been awesome. We haven't had any issues with timeframes, with trades, with cost increases or anything, which is awesome. We're doing a number of other builds as well, and just having those open discussions with all the builders that we're using at the moment, and we just got to stay on top of it, guys. It's definitely no cause for not building. We've got to just keep doing it, keep creating the housing, and we're not seeing too much of a problem at all. So things are going really well on this project. Like I said, things are moving really, really quickly, which is good. What else have we got? Financing a project like this. So a duplex, guys, this is just your standard mainstream lending. You would go through an application with your mortgage broker exactly the same way that you would go through an application if you were just building a standard house. So just your drawdowns, there's different stages. You've got your deposit stage, your slab, frame, roof, lock-up, fixing, and then practical completion. So just the stages, the bank releases, the funds at each stage when the builder provides their invoice, and once they reach that stage. So same thing, it's really, really, really easy. The broker and ourselves guide you through the whole process. So once you hit sort of 3 dwellings or 4 dwellings on one lot, so if you were trying to build maybe a 4-pack, that's when you start to get into the realm of commercial financing. So sticking to a nice simple duplex like this, where I think, guys, path of least resistance is always the way to go. Something like this, really easy to finance, quick and easy. If you can stick to accepted development, you get the outcome really quick, you get the uplift really quick, and you start getting rental income coming in really quick. So there's nothing worse than a project stalling because of financing constraints. There's an issue with commercial valuation, all that sort of stuff. So sticking to residential lending like this is really the key to ensuring it's a nice quick project and getting the outcome, so you can continue investing or continuing doing what you want to do. Guys, you would have seen downstairs, we've got stone bench tops. We've got stone bench tops in all our kitchens, all our en-suites and our kitchens downstairs. So we try and go as nice a finish as we can, suited to the area. So depending on where the area is, we might swap those finishes up a little bit. But we're in Maroochydore here. We're in a fairly nice area, so we want to up-spec it a little bit, but not go too overboard. We are actually going to be holding these and renting them out for long-term cash flow and long-term capital growth. So going too high a spec, you're not going to get that back from a rental perspective. So it needs to be a balance there of ensuring that you go, yeah, nice and suited to the market that you're going to be renting to, but then also not going, too cheap or anything like that, because what we found is if you go too cheap, you'll attract that certain type of tenant, which you don't want. So just finding that sweet spot for your finishes is key. So guys, we've obviously hit lock-up. Lock-up is well and truly gone. Fixing is the next stage. We'll be there very, very soon. And we'll probably get you guys through it fixing as well, I think, so you guys can see a little bit more of how things are laid out and go from there. But on that note, I think that's really a wrap up, guys, of episode 3. Stay tuned for episode 4. We're going to take you on a bit of a deep dive on a bit more of the internals, guys, and what we've done internally. So on that note, see you at episode 4.